Are we in focus? Hi, this is Roger in Finland, and today we're going to talk about the Zoom H1n in 2022. And for the impatient ones, if you want to step up your audio game, you want to get an external recorder, it is your first one, you don't want to spend a lot of money and still get a lot of features, the Zoom H1n might be one of the best options, if not the best, that fulfills all of those criteria. Excellent inbuilt microphone. It does accept 3.5mm jack, which means that you can plug other microphones like this. It does have a headphone jack for monitoring, and most importantly, it sounds good. And now for some more details. One recent subscriber pointed out that the best performing video of the channel is the 4 hacks for the Zoom H1n. That is totally true, and he was questioning whether I should be doing then more H1n content. And I wondered, maybe I should. There is an existing playlist in the channel that I go through some of the curiosities, practicalities, how to set marks and things like that in the Zoom H1n, but I thought that I would give a recap on why this is still really relevant today. This recorder was released about 4 years ago, and by the way, this video is not sponsored by anybody, bought this with my own money a few years back, still love to use it. And if you're wondering, it's mounted here so that I can be recording this video using the Zoom H1n. At some point, if you want now, we can compare it to using the Rode NT-G4 Plus, which is a $200+ shotgun microphone that requires phantom power plugged into a Zoom H5, which is a much more expensive recorder than this, compared to how this sounds, the Zoom H1n with its own capsules. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty good, and it's under $100. So as I was saying, this thing was released 4 years ago. This is the successor to the Zoom H1. I can't remember exactly the differences, but this at the moment costs less than $100, and it packs a lot for the punch, or it punches a lot for what it packs. Or anyway, good bang for the buck. The integrated XY microphones are really good sounding. They are good for ambient mostly because of the pattern. And here what you get is these microphones that are pointing into this direction, and this means that you have patterns into these directions with some overlapping in this one. It's more than decent for voiceover like this. This can be used also as a field recorder if you're going to be doing, I don't know, Foley or sound effects or sound of a river or something like that, and for capturing ambient noise or ambient sound. If you want to use an external microphone but record into the Zoom H1n, that quite likely is going to have better preamps than your camera. And if it's just for convenience, now we have the A6400 doing the close-up of this thing, and the Zigam S6, and neither one of them or both of them are pretty far away from me. But if I were to have a microphone boomed up right here, and I have this controller or this device right here, then I have more control and more visibility. So that's the reason why you might want to use Zoom H1n with external microphones instead of whatever solution you have in camera or with your camera. Because it accepts 3.5mm jacks, again, options are things like this. This is the D3 Pro self-powered, meaning that it requires a battery powered, it charges via USB-C, but it's a really good sounding shotgun microphone. It's at the moment my favorite choice for vlogging when it's just on top of the camera, but in many occasions I'm using it boomed up here in the boom pole, where right now I have the NT-G4 Plus, and then I can plug it into the Zoom H1n because it sounds good and it does give me controls over gain. Another possible solution is if you want to use this as a pocket device where you record then yourself via a lavalier microphone. So that's something that you can do, of course. Just plug the lavalier into the 3.5mm input, and this goes into the pocket. This has a hold switch in here that basically disables all of the buttons of the H1n except the gain knob. The gain knob has nice resistance and it's kind of flush with the body, so I have never had issues of having this device on hold in my pocket with the lavalier, which I have been using at some points, and the gain has never moved, so I have never had issues with this thing as a pocket recorder for a lavalier microphone. So you have it as a standalone recorder with the microphones that it comes with, are really good sounding, as you can hear right now. And this, by the way, is with no post-processing whatsoever. This is how it comes. I only adjusted the levels a little bit. Then you can use it with shotgun microphones or such, if you're having a situation like this with a boom microphone, you can have it in your pocket also, or somebody else's pocket for that matter, with the lavalier microphone. And because it's so tiny, it's very easy to hide in some places around the set that you're operating, but you're gonna get then the microphone close enough to the talent that you'll get much better audio than with some other solutions. Again, would I recommend this for people doing feature films? I don't think that anybody doing actual feature films will be looking at this channel, looking at devices with this price range. But if you're getting started at making some short films, movies with your friends or something like that, this is an excellent option, which will be a much better sounding solution than any integrated camera microphone. And if you put shotgun microphones or something like this on the camera, then you're limited on how close can you get the microphone to the talent. This offers the flexibility. Then it does run with 2 AAA batteries and they last a very long time. But if you want, you can use things like this, a power bank, be a USB, so you have a normal mini USB cable going into the H1n, and then you have power for ages. And still, if you want to plug the same mini USB into a phone charger, then you have power forever. About media, this thing records into macro SD cards, and nowadays you can find pretty cheaply something like 16, 32 or even 64 gigabytes SD cards, micro SD cards that will allow you to record for hours with this device, which is way more than you will need, considering that you will be filling up your video needs much faster in your video cameras. Then if you want to know more about the device, please check my playlist. I have that video about the 4 hacks, things how to get the most out of this one. They have another video talking about marks and how to use that. And a feature that I have not talked in previous videos, and I'm going to mention it now, is auto record. So you can set an audio level in -6, -12 and -24 dBs, then press record, and the device will wait until a sound reaches that level and then start recording. So if that's something that you want to do, that's also possible. And in general, the way to access to these options is basically through the menus, which works usually by pressing the option button and then pay attention on what's shown in the screen, because these 4 buttons are the ones that allow you to access all those different options. With all this said, less than $100, you can use external microphones, excellent audio quality, integrated microphones are good. You can monitor this thing, can be powered with batteries, can be powered via USB, can be powered from the wall. It's really difficult to go wrong. It's really difficult to find anything better for this price range. And if you want to take that first step on stepping up your audio, still in 2022, the Zoom H1n is an excellent option. And I forgot to say, but this video is not sponsored by anyone. I bought this device with my own money quite a few years ago. I use it quite a lot. I still enjoy it very much, and that's the reason why I can definitely recommend it. I hope you liked this video. Thank you very much for the suggestion of having some more H1n content. If you have some specific questions about it, please ask them in the comments down below. I try to answer them as quickly as I can. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we're gonna see you soon for some more content.